once again. Welcome to another episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires, the Commonwealth. You guys may or may not have realized this, but typically what I do is I film on a server until I hit the end of it, meaning I film until I can't find any houses left to look at. And I usually film in clusters, so you get like 2 or 3 episodes on a server at a time. Some people may have already realized that. Now, this one over here is Spotless Goats Camp, and they're at it. And they're either going to go or they're going to be here for a minute. This is a Poseidon Power Station. It is a spawn area for mole rats, basically. But this thing is a walk-through camp built on the road. Like, you build it and use it as a transitional camp, if you would, from one side of the street to the other. They've got their workroom here. I'm filming it. I'm going to check out. This is Solo Wolf's camp. My mistake. I thought it was the person that was here. Camp, but it's not. It's the. Okay, so who did I? How did I? Oh, I got them, not the camp. Okay, this is Solo Wolf's camp. They built a interesting little room in here that kind of looks like a bunk room and kind of like a scientist's room / lounge thingy. It's kind of weird. There's not a lot of reason for it. I mean, this up here looks like a club, and this is the second time I've been in this place, and I'm just telling you, it feels weird to me to look at. Because you've got these other areas over here, and as you can hear, the mole rats love this place. They just, spawn on the roof, spawn on the ground, everywhere. And apparently Doc Wanderer is here, inviting all players to join his Daily Ops team, because everybody loves Daily Ops so much that you have to invite them to join it. Because nobody loves Daily Ops at all, because Daily Ops is a chore and a tedious piece of shit. Kind of like Expeditions. This place is not what I would classify as a normal camp. Like I said, it's a pass-through. It's kind of like set up like a military base or a road checkpoint. I get it. I understand why it's built this way. I've built things similar to this, but not exactly. I tend to not build things that are built like this because of the fact that it is, well, I don't know, weird in location-wise. Let's go up here. And kind of odd in appearance. I mean, I don't know. So on a scale of 1 to 10 is how I judge every camp. You get simple criteria. If you use a prefab, you get 2 points. If you put in a bathroom, you get a point. If you put in a gold toilet, you get an extra point. And if you, well, if it's aesthetically pleasing, or I can find some reason for it to exist, well, I'll give you bonus points. This one here is one of those where it's not aesthetically pleasing. It's a roadblock, and I get it. I mean, somebody walking down through here, if you were from the Brotherhood of Steel or the Enclave, plopping this down makes a lot of sense because you're going to force people to go in. And like I said, this place is labeled as a fort, and it's kind of a dumb location for it because of all the spawns, but I get it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm only giving this a 4, by the way, because most of my criteria is not met here. There's no reason for this to be here, other than, the player thought, hey, let's put something down in the middle of the road, and then we block the road, and they put it in a location that makes absolutely no sense, because, power there, water there. I mean, it makes sense to build something here, just not this. And all the spawns that you're wrecking, and yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 4. It doesn't have a bathroom. What are they doing? Pooping in their hands and shoving it out the window slots? I'm just saying. Doesn't have a bathroom. Doesn't have a bathtub. Doesn't have anything like that. We'll go up here to the next one, which is Royal Britain 9294. We don't have many camps left on this server, so I'm just going to tell you whenever this is over, I will likely jump to another one and film a few more. But I wanted to let you guys know that I do film usually like 2 minimum episodes per server that I'm on, just because, well, I'm already there. I might as well look and see what the heck's going on. I'm at the point where I've already completed the scoreboard, and I don't really care about the backpack challenge thing that's going on presently in the game, because in all honesty, I'm never going to use a thing that lets me hold more junk as a backpack item, because PvP. Yeah, I'll just leave that there. Alright. So this place is near Helvetia. It's a good location if you are farming Fossenach. They have a follower, they have some turrets, they have some guns that work, they have some crap in their inventory. That's the difference right there in prices you can see across the Wasteland. See, that plant I just bought for 39 caps, I was in another camp a while back and they had it for 3,000 and something camps. You're irritating me. Go away. There you go. Thank you. Alright. So back to the review. Like I said, this is a very basic working camp. Not horrible. Not bad. Not great by any stretch of the imaginations. They have a golden toilet though. They understand the rules of, you know, everybody poops. So should you. So, or as Family Guy says, that's concentrated evil coming out. They played long enough to have a few items off of various scoreboards and out of various things in the atomic shop. I'm not going to say they're a new player because some of the stuff they've got is really old school player stuff, which means they might just be a lazy builder, which is fine. Again, not a big deal. Not everybody builds stuff like this. Thing here is from the first scoreboard. I remember working my butt off to get it. I love that thing. Used to put a campfire underneath it and pretend I was making stew. That's stew inside the box, by the way. I was making stew. Get it? Anyway. Christmas tree lights. Might be a returning older player. Or just a player that's, you know, become disenfranchised with the game and doesn't really care. Either way works. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and give this one a bright shiny 4 out of 5. Again. Now then, as per usual, I am overweight because, well, that's how you play Fallout 76. It's actually Fat American Simulator. You didn't know that, did you? It's how you handle weight management that really schnuffles you along. Schnuffles 8's camp is just down the way, so we're going to go to it. And it's close enough that I could actually probably run to it. Here, I'm going to try and lose some weight. Is it working? Am I losing any? No, didn't think so either. All that exercise and nothing happened. Alright, so Schnuffles built a camp right here that is hanging out over top of the waterway. Which at least they're using water collectors that are put in the water. They have a floating camp, which they did a layering trick with, which is kind of cool. I have a video on that, by the way, that you can check out. And the way they did it was they probably placed this lower foundation here first and got their stairs in and then figured out how the height was going to go on the other side based off of these stairs. And then it interconnected the two together. See, this right here is probably an add-on and they couldn't quite get it to glitch into the wall right, or didn't realize they could. As always, we'll go over here and see what they have vendor-wise, because, you know, vendors are the future of the Commonwealth. They have holy fire. Holy fire. And a few other plans that are not bad. Not badly priced, not overpriced, not underpriced. Just, you know, there, kind of normal. I don't have a lot of caps on me at the moment. And let's go back up here and double check and see if I can afford that. So I'll buy that. Shouldn't have, but it did. I just like that flamethrower too much. Alright, so we've got garden tiles here, which I understand because you're building over nothing. So it makes sense to use it if you place your foundations right. All this stuff is, you know, add-ons from different scoreboards. This is like planted stuff that they planted outside, which I'm impressed because they didn't just use the garden tiles. They've got their own little, you know, living area slash workroom up here. And the ant farm is just massive. But anyway, everything's judged on a scale of 1 to 10. This place doesn't have a bathroom, so he automatically loses points. He doesn't have the golden toilet out, so he automatically loses points. So Mr. Snuffles didn't also use prefabs, so he loses points. And he put these stupid things on the outside of a glass wall, which I'm taking points away for that too. Alright. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I am only giving this one a 5. And that will be the last one for this episode of Wren's Wasteland Camp Reviews / Dumpster Fires of the Commonwealth here in Fallout 76. If you've liked what you've seen, if you'd want to see more, feel free to look. There are plenty of videos in the queue, in the backlog, and hopefully this isn't your first time here. If it is, I am sorry. I tend to show better camps than this if I can, but I can only show you what's been built by you and the other players in this game. And yes, that is my chair squeaking. I have a rusty, crusty, grimy old gaming chair that likes to sound like a little old lady farting and blaming it on the squeaking floorboards. Anyway, have a good day. Enjoy the game while you can. As always, have fun.